Nothing in this podcast or on our website should be construed as medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider for your individual nutritional and medical needs. The information presented is based on our research and is strictly that of the author and not necessarily those of any professional group or other individual.
Hi, I'm Sue Becker from Bread Beckers. Welcome to Sue's Healthy Minutes. I'm so excited you've joined me today, and I hope this episode encourages you and allows you to find the answers you have been praying for the health of you and your family. Today on Sue's Healthy Minutes, it's time for another amazing It's the Bread story. I am especially excited about today's story. Don't get me wrong. I love hearing and sharing every testimony about how real bread has changed someone's life. But when that story includes a child, it touches a part of my heart that fills me with unexplainable joy. My guests today are Christine and her daughter, Madison Waddle. After a getting started class at Bread Beckers, Christine shared with me how the bread had helped her 12-year-old daughter, Madison. I knew right then it was a story that needed to be told. I took her number and I wasted no time in setting up this opportunity for her to share with you today. And I'm so excited that her daughter Madison has joined us as well. That's a first. And Madison may chime in every now and then, but we will see how this all plays out as they share their wonderful story. So Christine and Madison, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk with me. I know that your story is one that is going to be an encouragement to so many others, and I feel especially moms. So Christine, hello, and why don't you begin by just telling us a little bit about yourself and your family, where you're from.
Hello, Sue. Thank you for having us. We are actually from North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, and a friend of mine introduced me to the idea of your whole bread making thing just a couple months ago, and it was really overwhelming. So I admit that I just kind of put the video aside, and I needed to take a breather from it. But I have 4 kids. Madison is my second oldest.
Madison is 12, right?
Yes. Madison is 12.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Someone shared a video with you.
Yes.
The Real Bread, the Staff of Life, the 3-hour one?
Yes. The 3-hour video.
Yeah.
Which was a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in. But were there health issues in your family that you were trying to address that caused them to share this video with you?
Yes. So my daughter, Madison, several years ago, about 4 years ago, really started experiencing some psychological type symptoms, anxiety on top of migraines, panic attacks, and it progressively got worse over time. She started out pretty mild. They progressed into severe debilitating migraines. She was under the care of a neurologist trying to figure out what's causing the migraines and put her on a course of medication. The migraines would have her in the bed most days by about noon. And at this point, she was only about 10. So that is really difficult to watch your child just be in the bed just after a few hours of being awake and then in the bed the rest of the day. That was really hard. And eventually the neurologist was able to medicate her enough to get the migraines under control. That took about 9 months. And then the panic attacks started, and they progressively got worse. At first, she would only sleep or only go to sleep if someone would lay with her, and then she would wake up throughout the night. And then eventually they progressed, got worse. She would only sleep in the bed with my oldest son. And then that only worked for a little while. And then it got to, she would only sleep on the floor beside me in my room. And then she would only sleep in the bed with me. And then that progressed to just kind of one evening. We had her favorite meal of spaghetti and bread, store-bought bread, of course.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't even lay down. She stood there shaking, saying, "Mommy, please don't make me lay down. Please don't turn the lights off. Please don't make me lay down." And my husband and I, at this point, she had already been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and panic attacks. She was 11 at this point. That was really hard for us. And
I can imagine.
We did not want to medicate her, but at this point, it's 2 a.m. and we had made the decision that we were going to have to call the doctor in the morning to put her on medication because she couldn't go on like this. She couldn't live this way. And then I guess I call it a God moment where he told me to start researching about gluten. And so filled myself with information about gluten intolerances in children. And the first thing I run across is that it can cause panic attacks and anxiety. So at the time, it was a very exciting find for me because that's the first thing we did the next morning is we took her off gluten. And of course, it went away. Within 2 days, she was back in her room, sleeping on her own. But now we had a series of difficulties for a child who loves bread.
Yeah.
Croutons and pasta. Pasta is the biggest thing for her. And now she can no longer have it, but she was able to do it. And I guess a little over a year, she had been gluten-free when our friend told us about bread. And I'll admit, I was very skeptical.
Yeah.
I did not want to put her through that. I did not want to see her have those struggles anymore or ever again. So we watched the video. She kind of popped in and out and watched the video with us a little bit. And a friend offered to actually make it for us. We didn't have the ability to get the meal or grains or anything like that. So they made us 6 rolls. And the first night she ate a roll and she was so excited. She did not have a panic attack. And, of course, my skeptical mama's heart is like, I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But over the course of a week, she ate a roll every day and did not have a panic attack. And now we are, I guess, maybe 3 months in. And she eats bread and pancakes and muffins and cupcakes and all the things. And it's so exciting. She's able to have real bread.
Real bread. That's amazing. Madison, are you there? What's your favorite thing that you love that your mom makes for you?
Cinnamon bread.
Oh, cinnamon bread. That is one of my favorites too. And I am just so happy that you have found that you can have bread, real bread. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It is. So this is so exciting that, so many people are finding that when they give up bread, gluten is being blamed, but gluten is nothing more than the stretchy substance that forms when those proteins in wheat flour are hydrated. So it's got to be something besides that's in commercially processed bread, the chemicals, I wonder if it's somewhat the imbalance of the B vitamins that are there. So you've been doing the bread for 3 months and all of these issues have resolved?
Yes.
That is amazing. That is amazing. You sleep well. You're not scared anymore?
No.
Wow. Madison, thank you for letting your mom share your story and for being here to tell that. You love bread, don't you? It's a delicious food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think one reason y'all's story is so important to me is that I see so many kids today struggling, not just with physical health, but emotional, behavioral, can't function in school. And I have to wonder, why are we seeing this so much? And I don't know that we'll ever figure out all the reasons the breads may have helped you, but and potentially could help so many others. But I do know that the family of B vitamins plays a critical role in our energy production as well as our emotional well-being. And it cannot be ignored that in the early 1900s, when the removal of the Bran germ became common practice to produce the commercially processed white flour and even the whole grain flour that we see in the stores today, the first health issues to arise were from B vitamin deficiencies, including nervous and emotional disorders. I just don't think that we can not pay attention to that. And while the commercially processed flour today is supposedly enriched, only 4 of the B vitamins are added back in a synthetic form and not necessarily in balance with the other B vitamins of the complex. And this in itself can cause major health issues. And of course, not to mention all the harmful chemicals that flour is now exposed to, the chlorine derivatives that bleach it, the benzoyl peroxide, the potassium bromate, all these things are just key factors in causing health issues. And of course, I think another key factor is that this bread made from freshly milled whole grains has incredible gut healing effects. It helps restore our good gut organisms by providing the prebiotic fiber to allow these organisms to thrive. And studies today are revealing that these organisms play a critical role in our production of serotonin and endorphins that help promote sleep and release from stress and anxiety. They are known as our feel-good hormones. And so we may never fully understand the pathway to healing that you found by introducing real bread to your family, but it is certainly cause for thanksgiving and praise for sure.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Christine, so I want to come back to you as a busy mom. Was it hard to incorporate making bread for your family into your busy schedule? You have 4 young children.
Yes. So we homeschool, and I've got 4 young children, and we actually don't have a home at this point. We still live in our camper. So trying to incorporate making bread was definitely something that was very overwhelming for me. But fortunately, we've got some good friends who have a kitchen nearby where we're parked on their land. So I am able to use their oven. I'm also bringing them alongside and making bread for their family as well. So I will say it was a very overwhelming task to think of adding. I already made a lot of things from scratch,
Right.
or bought flour. So like the pancakes and muffins, that part wasn't so overwhelming because adding that in, it's only a couple extra minutes to mill the grain for those things. But the making of bread, I had never made bread in my whole life. Ever. So it has been a learning process, but it is getting better and it's getting easier. And I find that I actually enjoy being in the kitchen making bread, and I did not think I would. So it was challenging, but it's definitely been very rewarding.
Besides Madison's incredible improvements and reversing of the anxiety and all of that, have you seen other benefits to your family?
I hope to actually see more improvements. I've got a couple of kids with ADHD and autism. I have not started pulling them off medication yet, but I hope to actually explore that option in the near future. I need to talk to their doctor first, obviously. But yes, I've already seen definite gut health benefits, less stomach aches, more using the bathroom like they should.
Yes.
So for sure, those things are happening, but we've got some behavior issues and ADHD and autism. So yeah, I am excited to see moving forward what that will do for our family as well.
Right. And that's one I know you have to, just like with Madison, you have to tread carefully and wisely and seek the Lord for wisdom there. And it's just so amazing. And I'm so glad to hear you're blessing another family by using their kitchen, but making bread for them as well. And that's just exciting. I just love the whole ministry that you've opened up to those around you. So besides your family. And Madison, is there anything that you would like to say to everyone today about how you feel? How long, when you first ate the bread, could you tell that you felt differently?
No, I felt the same.
You felt the same, but it was delicious. Did you like it at the very first, or did you have to kind of get used to it?
I liked it.
Yeah, that's what I find is that kids love this. And I just always encourage moms to not be afraid to try this. You know, they're always like, I don't know if my family will eat it, but I'm so glad to hear you're doing so well and the headaches and all that have all gone away.
Yeah.
That is amazing. What a blessing. You know, and like I said in the beginning, we may not ever fully understand the pathway of healing that came from the real bread, but this I know. Jesus compared himself to bread by stating that he is the real bread of life, and all who come to him shall be satisfied. So, Christine and Madison, I want to thank you so much for sharing your journey with us all today. And are there any final words, Christine, of encouragement that you would like to leave our listeners with today before we close?
My biggest encouragement is to just give it a try. If you're nervous about it, just try it, because as overwhelming as it can seem, it has tremendously helped our family. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to try this and to be able to see the improvements in my children, especially.
Yeah, that makes the commitment of time and energy and money all worth it to me. When I hear stories like this, it just blesses me beyond measure. And I'm just so thankful that you came up to me and shared with me your story. And I just see so many people being told to go gluten-free. And yes, they see improvements, but what they're going away from is just the commercially processed dead flour products that are offered in the store. And they are causing so many health issues that I get it when people go gluten-free and they feel better. But to me, that's not freedom. When you have to give up a food, like you said, your child loves bread and loves pasta, and that wasn't really a life that you wanted her to have to live, but you saw the benefits. And to me, it's exciting when I hear people say, I didn't have to be gluten-free. I can eat this bread and see amazing health benefits. So I just, again, thank you, Christine. Thank you, Madison. And as always, I want to thank everyone for listening today. And I hope that you are as encouraged as I am. And until next time, this is Sue Becker from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minutes.
Sue's Healthy Minutes podcast has been a presentation by the Bread Beckers Incorporated, located in Woodstock, Georgia. For more information, store hours, and learning opportunities, visit breadbeckers.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Share this with 2 friends who would benefit from this information, and be sure to join us again next week for more of Sue's Healthy Minutes.